Tiny Flame was a small dragon, living in a vast, enchanting forest. Filled with towering trees and vibrant flowers, he had emerald green scales that shimmered in the sunlight, and bright, curious eyes that sparkled with wonder. Unlike his siblings, who could breathe magnificent flames, Tiny Flame couldn't breathe fire at all. His attempts always ended in disappointing puffs of smoke and a few tiny sparks. This made him feel very sad and different from the others. One day his brother Sparky showed off a new fire trick that he had learned. It was a spectacular fiery spiral that lit up the evening sky with brilliant colors. Tiny Flame sighed deeply. He wished with all his heart that he could be as impressive and talented as his siblings. He just wanted to be brave and useful like a real dragon, and not feel like an outsider in his own family. The ground trembled. A deep, rumbling growl echoed through the mountains. The villagers panicked. Stone Bear was approaching. Stone Bear was a fearsome monster. Covered in rocks and dirt, it devoured anything in its path. The villagers ran for cover. Tiny Flame's siblings roared, ready to fight. But their fire had no effect on the Stone Bear. Its rocky hide was too thick. Fear gripped Tiny Flame's heart. What could he do? He was very small and couldn't breathe fire. Tiny Flame sought out his grandmother, Old Ember, who lived atop the highest hill in the village. He had always admired her wisdom and strength. She was a wise, ancient dragon, known throughout the land for her knowledge and kindness. Her scales were like polished silver, shimmering in the sunlight, and her eyes held the knowledge of centuries, reflecting the many experiences she had lived through. "Grandmother," he said, voice trembling, "I want to help, but I'm not strong like my siblings." Old Ember smiled gently, her eyes twinkling with understanding. "Little one," she said, "courage is not about fire or strength. It's about the heart and using what you have wisely. It's about using what you have wisely and knowing when to act." She reminded him of his special talent, a gift that was unique to him. Tiny Flame could blend into his surroundings, becoming almost invisible, a skill that could be incredibly useful. "Find your strength, Tiny Flame," she said. "Embrace who you are and what you can do. You're not meant to be like your siblings. Be the best you, and you will find your own path to greatness." An idea sparked in Tiny Flame's mind. He had always been different, smaller than the other dragons, but he knew he had something special within him. He took a deep breath and focused. This was his moment to prove himself, to show that even the smallest dragon could make a big difference. His scales shimmered, shifting colors until he matched the forest floor. He was invisible. This was his unique gift, his secret weapon. He stealthily crept past the Stone Bear unnoticed. His heart pounded, but he remained calm and focused. Reaching the village well, he used his powerful tail to smash the stone mechanism. The villagers had been without water for days, and he knew this was the key to their survival. Water gushed out, flooding the area. The dry earth drank it up eagerly, and the villagers' faces lit up with hope. The Stone Bear, caught off guard, slipped and tumbled in the mud. Its massive form struggled to regain balance, giving Tiny Flame the advantage. It roared in frustration, trying to regain its footing. The once fearsome creature was now vulnerable. Seeing their chance, Tiny Flame's siblings unleashed a barrage of fire. They had been waiting for this moment, and now they fought with renewed vigor. Weakened and disoriented, the Stone Bear retreated. The villagers cheered, their voices echoing through the forest. They showered Tiny Flame with gratitude. He had not only saved them, but had also shown them that courage comes in all sizes. His siblings, amazed, patted him on the back. They had always seen him as the smallest, but now they saw him as the bravest. Tiny Flame had saved the day, not with fire, but with courage and quick thinking. He stood tall, feeling a sense of pride he had never known before. He realized then that being different wasn't a weakness, it was his strength. His uniqueness had made all the difference. He had found his own kind of courage, and that made all the difference. Tiny Flame knew that from this day forward, he would never doubt his worth again.